Hal here with more Space Engineers, and we found some platinum finally. We have been on a bit of a exploration binge trying to find some materials. I've got gold, I've got platinum, and we have a ridiculous amount of waypoints. I pulled, I want to say, let's see if we can, yes, okay. I remember how much gold. So almost 68k. I mean, just shy of 68k. That's not too bad. We're already up to 37, 38k on the platinum. Obviously, a bunch of stone. And actually, wow. Okay. No, we actually have more platinum than I thought. All right, even better. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to be here for a little bit. We'll get the rest of the... I don't know if we'll get the rest of this, but we're going to get some of it. I'll probably just go ahead and mine this out since it looks like there's not a whole lot left here. We'll see. But yeah, after the last recording binge, I was like, I need to take a break and not do building. So I've just been out and about and exploring, and I am expecting to have the little salvage drones showing up at some point because I got a little too close to the salvage station. So yeah, we're gonna keep our eyes open for those guys. All right, and I think we are about done with our platinum here. We're at 54k there, another 35k. That's a pretty good amount of platinum. I mean, we're going to go through it pretty quickly. Actually, probably should actually grab more gold while I'm out here, but maybe we will. Maybe I'll swing by. I mean, there's enough places to pick it up. So anyway, yeah, let's grab the last little bit of this. I don't know how much more we actually have here. I don't think it's a whole lot more. Just a little bit here on the edge. Mining on the edge, right? Okay, so let's grab... it looks like there's actually more on the asteroid somewhere. Maybe it's inside the asteroid. Oh yeah, it's going to be in there. Okay. Well, that's good. If we need more, we know where it's at. Okay, so let's grab the last little bit of the easy stuff to get here. Because I think we'll be able to get all the stuff over here. And I mean, that's obviously more than 100k at this point, right? Let's see, what do we got? We got 75k there and another 40k. Yeah, we've got plenty. For something that we're not going to use a whole lot of, I think we have enough. Alright. Let's go ahead and we'll hop out of here. Oh, that's stuff makes us so heavy. All right. And where is our... There it is. It's over there. And... Yes. Because I'm lazy and I don't want to fly back the, you know, almost 100k. That is one of the nice things is that it drops you, you know, 1 kilometer away from the base. Alright, so let's get ourselves... over here. that. And we're just going to try not to slam into the asteroid. Well, what we're going to do is once we get back, I'll get this stuff set up for processing. And I think we'll do a quick recap on where we are on the ship build. And I think we're going to start planning the rest of the thrusters, because we obviously have some of the thrusters in place already. And I want to start getting the ion thrusters in. And I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that yet. I mean, I've got some ideas that I'll probably end up using, but we haven't even gotten to the point where we're ready to start talking about the exterior of the ship yet. But it's come along nicely. I mean, for the most part, the ship is, space worthy. It just needs, engines. All right. Okay, let's get ourselves in here. That is a rather impressive amount of drift. Okay. Get our nose up. Get ourselves, should mostly be in line, yes. And that does that. We want to swap those over. Now the question is, are we going to be chased by salvage drones all the way back over here? You get left open. Hope not. We'll find out, I guess. Okay, so while we're here, actually let's get the materials queued up here. So 300K of uranium being processed. Drop platinum. That ice stays with us. I think I actually want to run gold, then platinum, because I'm going to need the gold for the superconductors. And I need more. I need a lot of those, so I may need to actually go back and get more gold. We're going to drop the uranium to the back because we've got plenty of fuel for now. Okay, so not a whole lot has changed outside of what you saw in the time lapse for Wednesday's video. If you haven't seen that, I'll probably put a link on the screen for you. Let's talk about what we've got though. So we have our upper observatory, view into the hangar. We've got our computer systems on both sides. Leads us to the aft hallway, which, branches off to the lower observation medical. Engineering. We talked about this on Wednesday. Basically everything's set up and good to go. We've got it all labeled. Everything's controlled through these 4 buttons. And we now have all of our air vents set up so we can actually see what things are going on with our ship. Now, I do have a cargo manifest screen here. And we will be using that a little bit later. We're also going to duplicate this up on the bridge, just so that we have some of the same information being echoed up there. All right. Medical bay, nothing's changed. Our nice new computer, we actually have things in here telling us the status of the things in the medical room. So our survival kit, if it's being used or not, and if the bed is occupied. Yes, you would know by if you were sitting here. It's just, it's nice having the statuses. All right. We have our mirrored hallways. It's the same on both port and starboard. Habitation areas fully welded up now. This one we still need to put in, I want to put, say, desks. I'm probably only going to put one desk in. And honestly, I'm probably going to remove this second desk. Wondering, actually, what do we have for lockers? You're large grid, you're all large grid. I thought we had small grid versions of these. Yeah, it's the weapons rack. Alright. Is there... Oh, that is the only option, huh? Alright, so what we'll probably do with this then is, since we have the assembler here, I've been trying to figure out if I wanted to make this a room or not, or if I wanted to leave it like it is, and I'm thinking we may end up turning this into a security area. Obviously, since we have the entrance right here, which goes into the hangar, I'm thinking maybe turn this into one of two security rooms. So maybe have this one be basic, just a very basic security area with, you know, a desk, doors, that kind of stuff. And then on the other side, we'll have an armory, which will have a bunch of the different weapons racks on them. That might work really well, actually. All right, so anyway, our batteries are in. And through here. Down into the hangar. Yes, I have not put the, I guess we're just going to call them decorative force field in. We do have these guys in, but they are obviously not complete yet. We just need the superconductors. Now, I did have somebody bring up a great point with the hangar doors here, the force field doors that we're using. And what they were saying is why don't I just flip these so they ascend, like, so they're stacked here on the wall instead of being down on the floor. And the reason I didn't is because at the height that we're at 14 blocks of open space here, right, between the two emitters. So that gives me 2 of the 7 blocks. Each one of these blocks, for every one area that it covers, that the door covers, it takes 10 superconductors. So if I was to have these scale the wall, I'd have to go to the 10 block, because this area is 20 blocks wide. So I'd have to use the 10 block version, and you're talking 100 of the superconductors for each one of those. So where we would have, you know, like 30 of these things if we stack them 15 tall on each side, that's 3K superconductors, where 40, which is what we have now of the 7 blocks, is only 2,800. So it's overall, yes, it is more expensive, because when you start looking at the computers and construction components and the pieces that make it up, it's a little bit more expensive per unit. If we go the 10 route, it's a lot more expensive. So it's like you save a little bit on one aspect to spend a little bit more on another aspect, and then, you know, you save a lot on the other aspect of it. So but that's the reason why I did it like this. It's not because I don't like the design idea of having the force fields going up the wall. It's just this was all economics in this particular case. All right. So that gives us the hangar. Well, the other thing I still need to do down here is I need to pipe in connectors. And so I'm thinking, and one of the reasons why we went ahead and kept the roof as tall as we did, is that I'm thinking we're going to have some ships, like some connectors up here, but I don't know if we're going to keep it exactly this height. Because like I said, I'm planning on having most likely 3 layers of protective armor on this thing. And what that's going to translate into is we're going to end up with a bunch of positive and negative spaces for the design on the ship. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with the armor yet. For those who are paying attention to the comment section, one of the things I'm talking about is having this basically be a rather hard-lined thing so that there's not a whole lot of sweeping shapes. The lines will end up being pretty straight. And then what we'll do is we'll have multiple layers at roughly the same angle but offset, so that you'll have some variation in the patterns and things. And like I said, we'll have the ability to cut out some of the under armor without basically messing with the integrity of the ship itself. So we do have some options. The other option on it is that we make it a little bit more organic and start rounding stuff off. If we go that route, and the reason I'm not 100% dedicated to this shit is that it means we're going to end up having to basically fill things in a bit. Because as you can tell, the ship is not really proportioned to go too round with it. Especially if we're talking about doing multiple layers of armor, because basically what we're going to end up with is having to fill sections with a lot of armor block, or we just have a lot of negative space hidden under the armor, which is very doable. I mean, I am actually not opposed to that idea either. Do I have any plates? I have interior plates. I don't have any iron plates on me. Let's go grab some. But yeah, so that's where we are with the ship. Let's grab those. What's our refinery actually working on right now? Okay, so if we want superconductors, we need 2 gold per, and we needed what, 2,800 of these things? That's crazy, right? Okay. So if we need 2 per, that means we need 5,600 gold. So that's going to be running for a while. Okay. That's easy enough. Did I pick up my plates? I only picked up 200. Hopefully that'll be enough to at least work on what we're going to do for now. Okay, so one of the things we were talking about doing is having these these thrusters be hidden by hinges. And so because of the depth on them, you guys are going to come out to there. Right. And there. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Just to give you an idea of what we're looking at here. One in the middle, you are going to go out. And you're going to come through that way. And you're in the middle. There you go. And so basically all of these are going to be pretty much the same way. And you get the split there. All right. So what we're talking about here is we'll have, I think in here, let's go With the little hinges. Oh, those are hinge parts. What? I'm telling you, I sometimes hate these things. Okay. I don't want the 3x3, I want the hinge. And we're going to end up with another hinge here. Hinge there. And hinge there. Okay. So we're going to go... Alright. And we're gonna queue up the parts that we need, but I'm gonna see if we have them in inventory as well. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna need them. We needed them queued up anyway. Okay, which makes it easy. So we just have to wait for that stuff to finish. And then what we're talking about having is we're gonna have you come out that way. And actually, have you guys like that. And then this way, this will allow us to have it. Actually, don't. Yeah. There we go.
Energy critical.
And like that. And then once we have the parts, we'll get that welded up. Go in here really quick. Get some power. And I'll show you what we're planning on doing, but I need to get these those hinges welded up first, because otherwise they'll drift. And it makes it much more difficult to get everything done. Right. Let's get up here. There we go. Alright, and so okay, so yeah, and there. Now I just need a control panel, which we happen to have right here on the doors. Alright, so let's go for the first hinge. And we want our lower limit to be 0. And I think you were the first hinge, yes? No, you were. Okay, so I want the lower limit to be 0, upper limit, or lower limit to be -90, upper limit 0. Okay. Alright, so let's lower limit 90. We're going to head and reverse that. I guess I could do it this way. you're going to be negative 0.5, just to make it go a little faster. All right. And so what we'll end up with is, I'm just going to use these blocks for right now just to illustrate what I'm thinking. And okay, and then on this one, we're gonna end up with you guys like so. Okay, and I don't remember. Were you the last one we did? I think. We'll find out in a second. All right. I think you were the last hinges. No one's moving. Why is no one moving? Okay, which one's hinge 4? Ah, you're hinge 4, okay. Alright, so we want you, you're going there, so we want to reverse you, and your upper limit is going to be 0. Okay, and then are you hinge 3 then? Maybe you're hinge 2. Let's see. Nope, you are hinge 3. Okay. Okay. I'm curious to see if we're going to run into a collision problem on these or not. Because if we are, I won't be able to use the blast doors the way I want to either then. Let's see here. Oh, it looks like it's going to work. Okay. So now if we do this, all right, just to make it a little easier to see what we're looking at. So this is the first hinge and third hinge, yes. All right, so what we'll end up with is a button somewhere. We'll have a console somewhere. That will have those. We want hinge. You're going to be hinge and hinge. And this is just for demonstration purposes. So we'll have a button set up that'll basically set both of these to either to reverse. And that'll let us have covers over all of our atmospheric thrusters. And yes, I'll make them a little bit faster than this. Let's go, there you go. Hinge group. let's see here. Yep. So basically, what'll happen? What are you doing? Was ist das? Right. Mr. Hinge, you need to go back the other way now. First through. Okay. We're gonna take you out of here. Alright, so when we're ready to fly, and you should. Oh, that's why. Your lower level should be 0. Your level's 90, and you should be the exact opposite. Should be negative 90 and upper 0. Yeah. And there it goes. All right. So when you're ready, once you get into space, you hit the button. Why are you? There. Okay. It closes when you're coming into land on planet side. You hit the button, it opens up. So when you hit atmosphere, you know, you'll be able to turn on your atmospheric thrusters, not destroy your ship doing it. And yeah, so that's the idea. So basically, we're going to have those. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll probably put the heavy armor blocks in where we have light armor right now, just to help shield it a little bit. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what I was talking about, because I had talked about it before, and I know a couple of people were like, "What are you talking about? How are you crazy?" And I was like, "Just, you know, hang out. Trust me, you know, it'll hopefully look good when we're done." So yeah, but that's basically what I'm planning on doing. Is we'll have something like this, and I may change them so that the hatch itself runs fore to aft instead of port to starboard. Mainly because of the fact that, well, we don't have to worry about atmospheric. We don't have deadly reentry or anything like that installed, so we don't have to worry so much about the atmospheric impacts of it. But if you wanted to use this in a system that had those loaded, you'll need to minimize, you know, the surface of the block that's exposed to the forces. So having a large panel like this is more likely to cause problems where the panel blocks will start to explode and fall off the ship, versus if we rotate them 90 degrees so that they open. So the opening between the two follows the keel line. All right, so I think that is going to do it for today. I'm basically just waiting for a bunch of stuff to finish processing. And then I have to make more parts, and then I have to go make some more, do another mining run or two to get a little bit more gold, and probably that second load of platinum just to have it on hand.
Energy low.
So, yeah. And then I'm thinking probably just throw a couple of more thrusters in. You are ion thruster. So I'm thinking probably just something like another one there, or even drop them down, maybe. So we end up with, you know, like a thruster here, like this, like 3 on this side, 3 on the other side, and we'll see if that's enough to. I did 1 block in, right? Yeah, 1 block in. Okay. Just have to check. All right. 1 block in. 2. Yep. There we go. But this allows me to have a lot of the thrusters actually well recessed behind the armor line. If we wanted to, we could actually have more thrusters in here, which I'll probably will do. I'll probably stack this up to like 5 or 6 to a side up here on both sides. And then maybe tuck a couple more back in here somewhere. And then that'll also give us room to have some under the crew quarter area for lateral thrust control. And then for primary thrust and retrograde thrust, we'll end up with basically a giant nacelle that comes off the back of this thing and off to the side. And then forward, how much room do we have in here? I don't know how many of these we can get in here. So if we go like that.
Energy critical.
Yeah. All right. Alright, so I'm gonna have to bring that up. Alright, so if we flip you up on end, we can get one there, one there. And because of the fact that we're going to be sculpting this a bit, I can probably get away with taking that out. So we end up with one there. Let's see if we can get this to work here. How many of these can I get in here? And there you go. And I may move those forward one, but so thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know the routine. I'm not even gonna waste my breath with it. Oh, anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.